Hello and welcome. My name is Monday and I'm going to take you through on how to build a CRUD application using Android Studio, Java, PHP and MySQL. I'm going to take you through step by step on how to build a complete CRUD application, which is create, read, update and delete. We're going to be using PHP on the server side. We're going to be using Java on the client side and Android Studio, and we're going to be using Postman to test all our REST API. So what we are going to learn in this course will be so much. I'm going to go through from basic, from the scratch, although it's a project-based course, but I assured you that you are going to learn the way to create, read, update, delete, how to create, read, update and delete data using PHP, Java and MySQL. So let's get to the reading. Let's see what we are going to build at the end of this course in order not to waste your time. So this is the application. Let's try to create a user. So I'm going to enter name. I'm going to enter John Doe. Let me show you the database for you to know that there's nothing yet on the database, but is what we are going to create. We are going to enter on this application that you are going to see that it will be inserted into the database. So let me show you the database. This is the database. The database name is Android CRUD. The table name is user, and you can see the information. We have the information of user, which is name, age, mobile, email, created date. Whenever a user is added, the name will be added, the date, the name, age, mobile, email, and the date will be automatically created because we are using the current time stamp. So let's go to the emulator again. Let's create this as John Doe. Let's give age to be 55. We are going to give the mobile, let's give random numbers. So we'll go to the email. We are going to call the email as john@gmail.com. Alright, so let's try to add this information. So we click on add. You can see user data added, inserted. So let's refresh our database and see. You can see that the user data has been added. So we are going to be using swipe refresh layout. So whenever you go to the main activity, if you just swipe down, the user data will appear. Now when the user data display, you only see the name. If you click on the user data, you see the detail of the whole user data, the age, which is, as you can see from the database, the number, the email and the date created. You can edit it. You can change it. If I decide to change it from John Doe to John Smith, I change it to John Smith. I will change the age to 70. The number, let me give it 111 throughout. So the email, I will change it to smith@gmail.com. So I'm going to update it. User data updated. You can see that it came to the main activity and the name has been updated, John Smith, not John Doe anymore. If I try to refresh my browser, you can see it has been changed. John Smith, age is 70. The number is now 111 throughout. Then the email is smith@gmail.com. The date is to be updated automatically. Then if you go to the detail and check, you can see that the same data. Now I can decide to delete it. Just watch as I click delete. User data deleted. If I refresh it, nothing appear. I can still add another user. If I go to the database and refresh it again, the data has been deleted. So let me try to add another information. I'll call this Sarah U. Then the age, I will give it as 34. The mobile, I'm just going to give it as 121212. Let's just give any number. So we give the email as sarah@gmail.com. So we insert it. Sarah has been inserted. If I refresh it, you can see Sarah you will appear. If I refresh on the browser, the name, you can see that the ID starts with number 2 to show that the first one was deleted. It wasn't truncated. The database, there's a difference between you deleting from the app and you truncating the database. If you truncate the database, that is empty. If you truncate the table, that is empty the table. The ID will start from 1 again. So you can see the data has been inserted. So this is what we are going to learn in this course. I'm going to take you through on how to write PHP, how to insert, delete, how to insert into the database, delete, update, and display all the users. Even let's just add, and let me show you the JSON format of this information. Let me add another user. I'm going to add this user as Bill Williams. I'm going to set the age as 40. The mobile, I will give random mobile. I'm going to give the email as bill@gmail.com. I'm going to insert it. If I come to the main activity, refresh, it appear. Now let us check on the server side. Now these are our server code. So I'm just going to copy this is our API code. I'm just going to copy it. I'll go to the browser, set localhost / I'll paste it. Then I'll come to display all. You can see all the information has been displayed. We'll be using JSON to echo the response, and we are going to be using Postman to test our API. So if you see the information here now, let me try to insert information from the Postman. Let's just see all this information now. I'm going to change this URL. I will change the URL to insert. I'll come to the insert data and copy the URL. I'll come to the Postman, highlight everything and paste here, insert data. Now on the database, we don't have such user. We can still refresh it and see. We only have the user that were inserted through the Android. So let us try to send this information and see. You can see success 1, data message user inserted. If we display it in JSON, you can see success 1 message user inserted. If we come to the database and refresh it, you can see that the user has been inserted, and the date also display automatically because we are using current timestamp. So this is what we are going to learn. I'm going to take you through. You can see from our REST API, you can see dbconfig.php function delete, display, insert, and update. So we are going to go through all this step by step, and I promise you all the code that we are going to write is going to be well structured. I will take you through on how to use recycler view adapter model, everything, and I'm going to provide the XML source code for you while you go through on how to learn the function. I promise you, I'm not after the design aspect, but I'm after the function, because the aim of this course is for you to know how to create a simple CRUD application using Android Studio, PHP, Java, and connecting it using displaying message response in JSON. So I thank you, as I expect you in the course. I will see you in the course.